Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with Evening News. The headlines. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio inaugurates the much-awaited bridge over Dhansiri River. One-way traffic movement opens from today. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio launches new vaccination centre at District Hospital Dimapur. Nagaland Health Department sets ground preparations to face challenges of more severe COVID problems in case of a second wave. And centre fast-tracks emergency approvals for foreign COVID-19 vaccines. As the number of COVID cases are on the rise again, we appeal to our listeners not to lower the guard, follow all the precautions, and all those above 45 years to get vaccinated without any hesitation. Stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, focus on hand and face hygiene, and maintain a distance of 2 yards for social distancing. Now the news in detail. The much-awaited bridge over the Tansura River that connects Purana Bazaar and Supermarket has finally been opened for traffic movement, with the Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio inaugurating the bridge today. The 2-lane RCC beam bridge, with a total length of 322 feet, was constructed at a cost of 1,374.85 lakh rupees. The project was sanctioned under the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Government of India. The construction of the bridge commenced in January 2018, which took 2 years to complete. The bridge will be opened only for one-way traffic from Purana Bazaar to town area. Speaking on the occasion, Chief Minister Rio said, with the opening of the bridge, it will ease the traffic by saving a lot of time and hardship in traffic, as well as boost economic activities. Stating that the bridge belongs to the people, Rio called upon the citizens of Dimapur to fully utilize and maintain by following the traffic regulations. He said Tansura Bridge is the oldest bridge in Dimapur town, and it is a pride for the government and a need for the public. Rio felt that the community should assist the department, administration and police and use it smoothly for public convenience. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio today graced the Tika Utsav COVID-19 Vaccination Festival and launched the new vaccination centre at Chapel Hall, District Hospital Dimapur. Addressing the gathering, the Chief Minister said the state government is expanding vaccination centres across the state, bringing the facility closer to the doorstep of the population. Congratulating the doctors, nurses, health workers and the community for coming together in the fight against COVID pandemic, he said the state has so far been able to effectively control the disease due to the cooperation from the stakeholders. In the midst of the second wave of COVID-19 looming over the country, he urged everyone to be alert and continue to follow all necessary precautions. District Immunization Officer Dr. Rebecca Y. Sema, in her brief report on COVID-19 vaccination, highlighted that there are altogether 52 vaccination centres in Dimapur district. She said of the total 24,699 persons, 3,003 healthcare workers, 13,244 frontline workers, and 8,452 general public have been vaccinated so far. On availability of vaccine, Dr. Rebecca said that there are 14,230 doses of vaccine available. With COVID-19 positive cases continuing to spike in the state, Nagaland Health Department has set the ground preparations to face the challenges of more severe problems in case of a second wave. Speaking to a section of media personnel at his office chamber at the Directorate of Health and Family Welfare today, Principal Director Dr. Gevichusa Medikra said series of discussions have been going on to take stock whatever failures have occurred during the past year in dealing with COVID-19 pandemic. He said the state may possibly face more difficulties and problems than the previous year, and our people should not be caught unprepared. Dr. Medikra said non-cooperation of the people during contact tracing is the biggest challenge being faced by the department at present. He said people are not revealing the identity for contact tracing by giving fake names and phone numbers. To this, he maintained that to contain the spread of the virus, the community as a whole should come together, without which the department or the government alone cannot do. On being asked on the possibility of a total lockdown in the state like last year, Dr. Medikra said discussions are going on and it will depend on the situation. He said total lockdown have huge implications on the people, leading to economic crisis. As such, it is not encouraged. However, if need be, district-wise or area-wise, lockdown may be imposed as and when situation arises. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on our YouTube channel, AIR News Kohima. The central government has fast-tracked the emergency approvals for foreign vaccines that have been granted emergency use authorization. The steps are being taken to expand the basket of vaccines for domestic use and hasten the vaccination in the country. National Expert Group on Vaccine Administration for COVID-19, NEG-VAC, has recommended that COVID-19 vaccines which have been developed, manufactured, granted emergency approval for restricted use by several foreign countries and listed in the World Health Organization's emergency use listing may be granted emergency use approval in India. It also recommended that the first 100 beneficiaries of such foreign vaccines shall be assessed for 7 days for safety outcome before it is being rolled out for an immunization program in the country. The Union government has accepted the recommendations of NEG-VAC. Advisor for Power H. Tovihoto Ayemi yesterday inaugurated the new Executive Engineer Power Office building for Beren Division. Speaking at the program, Ayemi said the State Power Department is duly working to provide uninterrupted power supply at an affordable rate. He also urged the public to take care of the properties with a sense of belonging, adding that the new building is one of the finest amongst the office buildings. Advisor for Water Resources, Namreen Chung, also warned against theft of power and appealed to the public to utilize electricity judiciously. Principal Secretary Power, K.D. Vizo, said that the state has to strive for sustainable development goals and encourage the private enterprises to come forward in the ventures of the government. Vizo also suggested for alternative power like solar and wind. Additional Chief Engineer Civil Visakho Terje, in his technical report, informed that it took 32 months for completion of the building. He said that the building was constructed at a cost of 3.11 crore rupees, which includes electrification, water connection and rain harvest, and added that the construction for building has no liability. The 2-day capacity building workshop program for officers of Water Resources Department began today in Kohima. Chief Engineer, Water Resource Department, Hutovi Ayemi, delivering the keynote address, said that the program will enhance the abilities of the participants and will focus on understanding the obstacles faced by them. Highlighting on the objective of the 2-day workshop, Ayemi said the workshop will enable the officers to discuss its achievements and failures, formulate strategies and streamline as well as implement necessary acts from the discussions. Additional Chief Engineer Razovole Kelio in his speech said that as the world is experiencing climate change, the department should be ready to meet any eventualities. Razovole said that with challenges ahead, they need to introspect their ideas, approaches and actions which should be innovative. Nagaland reported 11 new cases of COVID-19 positive today, which include 7 from Dimapur, 2 in Kohima and 1 each from Peg and Woka. With this, the total positive cases in the state have increased to 12,427. In addition, 3 positive patients, 2 from Kohima and 1 from Dimapur, have also recovered from the infection, taking the tally of recovered cases to 11,995. At present, the active cases climbs to 174. And now, 20 news, here are the main points again. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio inaugurates the much-awaited bridge over Tansura River. One-way traffic movement opens from today. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio launches new vaccination center at District Hospital Dimapur. Nagaland Health Department sets ground preparations to face challenges of more severe COVID problems in case of a second wave. And Centre fast-tracks emergency approvals for foreign COVID-19 vaccines. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.